Enthusiasm is going to get you further than anything else. Like, be enthusiastic about what we get to do in the world. And that's going to change your whole vibe, even around what you have to do, even around your to-do list, even around the things you're not excited about. Like, get excited, force yourself into excitement, and your life will change.
And we're back
with another episode of He Said, She Said.
Babe, we're talking about enthusiasm today. I had to say that with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is a superpower. I swear to God, it is an absolute, utter necessity to have, to develop, and it's a superpower. And before we talk about enthusiasm, I'm enthusiastic about the amount of glōci I've been drinking lately.
I am really enthusiastic. Here's why. You know, when your partner doesn't drink any water?
That's me. I drink no water.
I'm like, how are you even surviving right now? Like, that's who my husband was before I created glōci. I'm not even kidding you. And so now, if for any other reason that I did it, he drinks it twice a day, you guys. So that's at least like 30 ounces minimum of water. This poor guy. Like, you need to drink even more water. We're going to get you on another.
I was peeing last night, TMI, but this is where enthusiasm goes. I'm like, Lori, look how much I'm peeing. This is because I've had 3 glōcis today. And that means I've drank 3 of these big things of water, and I wouldn't drink any water without it. And I was literally enthusiastic and like a proud little kid that I was drinking so much water.
He really was, which makes me excited because I'm like, my God, like, we need water. And not just that, I always tell him, like, because I'm trying to get him to drink even more water. So I was like, did you know? Because, I'm researching my ingredients like a freak every single day because I'm so excited about what's in this product. And also because I want to be way more educated in how to be able to share even more with why this product is so incredible. And so I was telling him all about magnesium. And, so many people don't realize that they're magnesium deficient. Like, you need to be supplementing magnesium because it's responsible for for 300 different things in your body. Magnesium is responsible for. And so if you're deficient in magnesium, here's just some of the few things that pop up first. So muscle and nerve issues. So think like those little spasms in your eyelids or restless leg, or for muscle cramps. And I've noticed I used to get muscle cramps all the time when I was lifting, and I don't get them anymore. And I think it's because I'm taking it 3 times a day. Low energy and fatigue, a lot of brain fog, anxiety, stress, and mood swings. Did you guys know being deficient in magnesium can actually cause anxiety and panic attacks and feeling overwhelmed easily? I thought that one was absolutely crazy. Poor sleep quality, digestive and gut issues. That's why magnesium, whenever people, are like blocked up, they take magnesium because it helps with regular bowel movements. Headaches and migraines is what can be responsible for it. Hormonal imbalances and PMS symptoms, high blood pressure, and the list goes on and on. But I just thought by taking, everybody's always said like magnesium is such an important supplement, but I kind of left it at that. And when we were creating and formulating glōci, I just got super excited over the things that we could potentially help solve, which is why I think so many people are feeling so much better even on their first week of glōci.
I pee and poop like a champ. It must be glōci.
I mean, I'll take full responsibility for that because have you ever been around someone who doesn't?
They're not
very
happy.
happy.
All right. Well, listen, you guys, you got to try out Get glōci, even if it's as simple as getting your man to drink more water. Like me, go to getglōci.com. That is get, GLOCI. getglōci.com and use coupon code HAPPY to get how much off?
25%.
Bam, the biggest discount possible. Getglōci.com, coupon code HAPPY when checking out to get 25% off. All right, so when I talk about enthusiasm being a superpower, I literally do business at places that I wouldn't even know about, and I wouldn't even go back to if it weren't for enthusiasm. I've got 2 real examples. Batteries. So no one gets excited about a batteries plus, but when I had batteries for some reason stopped working in a couple of our key fobs, I called the dealership and they were unenthusiastic to help. And they're like, oh, I think we can fix that for around $200. What? Like, I guess that's what it costs to fix a battery in a Ferrari key fob. Stupid. And so I looked, I'm like, this can't be that hard to find a battery for this thing. And I found this Batteries Plus a couple miles away. And I went there and he's like, yeah, I can totally fix that for you, buddy. And he was enthusiastic when he greeted me when I walked in. He was enthusiastic. I can absolutely fix this. Almost like he was proud. He was enthusiastic about his store because he was enthusiastic. It made me ask him, I was like, hey, is this your business? Or is this, are you just running this business for somebody? He's like, it's mine. And I've had it for this long and blah, blah, blah. And the whole point is Ferran, that's his name. Ferran was so enthusiastic that I will always go back to that Batteries Plus because of his enthusiasm. I now have a special spot in my heart for Ferran and this Batteries Plus. Now, listen, I'm never going to make him rich by my need of batteries. No, but that adds up. When every single person who comes to your door or takes your course or interacts with you says, wait, that made me feel so good. I'm going to go back for more. That becomes a superpower within your marketing plan. And I've got one more example. Shout out to Rivan, who has now become a friend and listens to this show, I found out. He is the owner of Newport Wine and Liquor. On a day a couple of years ago, when I had two very opposite experiences about enthusiasm. And actually, I just realized I talked about the Ferrari key fob. This is really funny. This comes kind of full circle. It was a Saturday morning, and I had gone to, I can say it because I'm not disparaging them. I'd gone to Ferrari Newport Beach here because I was in the market for a car. And not only were they so unenthusiastic to help me, this is just my personal experience, right? They were so unenthusiastic to help you and I. You were there too. It actually turned, what was the word you would say? Contentious? The experience together? Like abrasive?
Abrasive.
It was great. I've never experienced something like this. So left there with the worst taste in my mouth ever. Like I will never do business there again was my personal experience. And when I say it's come full circle, how funny. I've bought another Ferrari since then, but I did not buy it there because of the lack of enthusiasm and the poor experience that I had. That's really funny how that literally will cost you business. But that same day, later that afternoon, here's where Rivan comes in. I ran to, for the very first time, this neighborhood liquor store called Newport Wine and Liquor. And I walked in and Rivan, who now I know, but I didn't know him then, was so enthusiastic and so kind and so happy to help that I actually posted that day. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you might remember this post for a couple of years ago. I said I had two opposite experiences today. One of them, I went shopping for $400,000 car, and they repulsed me because of the unenthusiastic experience. Then when I went in somewhere looking for a $20 bottle of liquor or $30 bottle of liquor, the service was over the top with enthusiasm. Well, that's led to I will never buy liquor anywhere else again other than at Newport Wine and Liquor because of Rivan. And then I got to know him and his enthusiasm. And so here's my point about enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is both an acquisition plan, right? It made me choose to do business at one place versus choose to not do business somewhere else. And simultaneously is a retention plan. You want to go do business where you feel good walking through the door. You want to go do business where you look forward to the interaction with somebody. Hell, I'll make up excuses to go into Newport Wine and Liquor when I don't need anything just because I want to pop in and talk to Rivan and I walk out with something. So enthusiasm is both part of your acquisition plan and your retention plan.
I love that. Okay, so I just started a new book, but it's an old book. So it's an oldie but a goodie. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And this started the conversation of, he asked me, what should we talk about today? What should we talk about on our, he said, she said, and I said, let's talk about enthusiasm, because in this book, I'm reading about how they did a study on a bunch of different engineers. And it says, even in such a technical line as engineering, about 15% of one's financial success is due to technical knowledge, and 85% is due to skill in human engineering, to personality and the ability to lead people. And this is something that I definitely know that I have, but that I always watch in you, Chris. Like, he is so enthusiastic with how he coaches his people, with how he leads his team, with how he leads the mastermind, that it's contagious. Like, I actually love being around that version of him while he's leading, because I'm so attracted to it, because he is so magnetic. Like, enthusiasm is actual magnetism. And what I want you guys to remember is how much, according to this book, it makes up for technical skill. So that's why when I even think of myself, I did not graduate from high school. I should not be able to do and be in the things that I am in. But because I'm so enthusiastic and I was able to learn all of those things on my own because I was enthusiastic about learning and wanting to be this person, that is what has always made me be successful. I know that even if something were to fail, I'd be able to get right back on the horse again because I haven't lost my enthusiasm. Yes, it can kind of dim, but you can get it back. You can remember, you can read the things, you can do all the things that make you remember that enthusiasm truly is the North Star. And I want to share, last night we were talking about going to a Valentine's dinner because last night was Valentine's Day. And we were like, where should we go? And right away, we knew we wanted to go to our little tiny hole in the wall neighborhood spot. And it's because when you walk in, everyone, all the sushi chefs greet you. Everyone knows you. They yell out. They're so like friendly and loving and happy to see you. And then when you leave, they all say goodbye. It's like the enthusiasm, the acknowledgement. They love what they do. They love their work, the team in between.
It's a culture.
The food is next. They're enthusiastic about the food. They're enthusiastic about what you ask the waiters, what's your favorite roll? They all have these great answers. They love the food. They believe in it. They believe it's delicious. Like you're in that dream with them. And I was talking last night. I'm like, even if I was a billionaire and I was like, I love this restaurant. Chris and I have these weird dreams that wherever we live, we want to
buy up the local
invest in the restaurants so that they get better and or create restaurants or whatever. And last night I was like, I wouldn't change anything about this place. Like, even though it's decorated from 15, 20 years ago.
1990s cruise ship.
Because truly it's like, the vibe in there is so good that it makes everything amazing. And it's the enthusiasm from the top. So it's just, I hope this episode reminds you that even if you're feeling like you're failing in certain areas, that if you upped your enthusiasm on your team meeting, if you upped it in your daily vibe when you were around meeting people, if you're about to go pitch someone with a pitch deck or raise money, you better remember that when you get on that call, that you need to check yourself and raise your vibe before you get on, whatever you do. If you're a coach, if you're an employee, if you're an employer, enthusiasm is going to get you further than anything else. Be enthusiastic about what we get to do in the world. And that's going to change your whole vibe, even around what you have to do, even around your to-do list, even around the things you're not excited about. Get excited, force yourself into excitement and your life will change.
Now, here's the key. Enthusiasm, easy for me to say.
Awesome.
Enthusiasm is always a choice. Now, for some people, it comes more naturally than for others. Let's use my brother, Nick, and I. Nick has a million great traits, but enthusiasm is not one of the natural ones that he exudes, right? He's just very even-keeled. Me, I'm over the top enthusiastic naturally. That's just who I am at the core. But I told my team, which Nick runs, our personal brand team, he's our COO for it. I said, enthusiasm must be a core trait within this company.
If you're someone who travels all the time and has to stay connected, let me tell you about Saily. Saily is a new eSIM service app, and you can choose from several affordable eSIM plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. With Saily eSIM, you'll always have a connection when you need. And if you've ever been lost abroad or really needed internet with no Wi-Fi in sight, you'll understand what a difference a local SIM card can make. With Saily, you only have to download once. You get affordable prices, global and regional plans. You can avoid scams, protect your privacy, stay connected, and have 24/7 chat support, along with a full refund if your device isn't eSIM compatible. Get an exclusive 15% off discount on Saily eSIM data plans. Go to saily.com/earnhappy. Download the Saily app and use code EARNHAPPY at checkout. That's EARNHAPPY at checkout at saily.com. One of the things that I've done this year that has made the biggest change in my life, that has made me so much happier and more productive, is to designate days of the week for certain things. So some days are my creative days, some days are my podcast days, my meeting days, my planning for mastermind days or our programs, whatever it is, I have them all set so that my brain really uses a certain part of my brain on those days. But let me tell you what doesn't change. That is how much I log into Shopify every day. I use Shopify as the platform for glōci, and I'm so grateful because it makes it so easy for me to actually see every single customer, what is working, where they came from. It's literally life-changing. And I know that you've probably been a customer who has had an incredible experience on Shopify because they make the shopping experience so easy. And let me just tell you, this is what you want for your customer because too many people are lost in the process. So you can upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use at Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/happy. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/happy to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/happy.
And even though it doesn't come naturally to some of them, when they interact with a customer, when they're running the masterminds, when they're running dinner series events, when they're running anything, I watch them exude enthusiasm in every interaction. I watch them have high energy. I watch them smile. I watch them joke and pat people on the back. And I watch them say, no problem. We'll get that done. Do you want anything extra? They literally choose enthusiasm because we said our culture here, one of our core values is enthusiasm. And it's not negotiable. We know the power of enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
It makes people want to come and it makes people want to return. And so props to them. To me, enthusiasm is an easy choice every day. To other people, enthusiasm, and this is you, I see you, is not an easy choice, but it's still a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a choice worth making. Like if going to the gym doesn't come natural to you, but you choose to go, congratulations, you're going to end up better off. If reading is not something you're excited about, but you choose to read, congratulations, you're going to be better off. Well, if enthusiasm doesn't come naturally to you, but you choose to exude enthusiasm in every interaction, then congratulations, it's going to pay off in both your acquisition and your retention.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys, we are so grateful for you. Thank you so much for always tuning in. And we always love to hear from you. So DM us if you have an idea, a topic, whatever that looks like on Instagram, because we'd love to know.
Thanks for listening. Love and appreciate you.
We'll see you next week.